Card games seem to go in and out of popularity. When I was growing up, trading card games were invented. I know what you're saying. Sit down, Grandpa. We don't want to hear about the glory days again. But I will tell you about it. It was called Magic the Gathering. And it played on every boy's desire to collect baseball cards. People would build decks of cards and be restricted to using their deck for the game. It became a horribly expensive pastime. People would play their monsters and hero cards while using special abilities to amp them up or down. Games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Would give us the mystical trap card that would allow you to use an ability as something you play in the field. And then, for the longest time, card games went away, and no one really talked about it. For the longest time, people were even ashamed to admit they played either Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! And then came along Hearthstone, and then suddenly everyone came out of the trading card game closet. Now we're swimming in trading card games, and we get the honor of playing a heaping pile of poo called Crunch Time, with an exclamation point. Crunch Time with an exclamation point is a trading card game that tries to be different. You run a game development company. Yes, another one of these games representing a job market full of jobs so boring no one wants to play a simulated life of these people. You run a game development studio and have to complete your game before the other person. To do this, you deploy various professionals who act as your monsters. They have either 2 or 4 turns to use, and once 2 or 4 turns are up, their work gets added into your game and they vanish. To help them are ability cards. Most of them are really boring and just shut down production. But every now and then, you'll find one that will steal cards from your opponent or modify the end goals. The game has 28 different projects, but the variation in project is simply a matter of moving a number from one column to another. You also can't choose your project or your opponent's project, so you're likely to play the exact matchup over and over and over. Why is that? Well, the game has no menu. You load up the game and it immediately plays a random game, just like how you would if you purchased it as a tablet game. No menu also means no multiplayer. It's completely single player against an AI. It's a card game in which you play alone. Overall, this game can only be described as one thing: bad.